A lot of people are here for a guy named Tim Tebow, but I came for a hot dog, honestly.
Today, these kids put on the 18th green for a trophy, but the next time they're here, they hope to have their name on the iconic scoreboard.
On the South Carolina side of the river, a little regional title up for grabs.
Nike Peach Jam is jamming into North Augusta. I'm Preston Willett.
Well, for more than a decade now, South Carolina fans' only hope in March was winning their bracket pools.
What a difference a week makes. You're exactly right, Kevin. Football is back. It feels like Friday night here at Academy of Richmond County.
Coach, y'all came off a loss last week, but you're talking about during the week, you felt like the team had a couple rough practices, but how do you get them going and get up for a game like this?
Well, a sellout crowd tonight is great. The real hope in North Augusta is they're catching fans from North Augusta, Aiken, and all over the area.
Well, when you hold a 12-0 lead going into halftime, you got to feel pretty good, but Washington Wilkes wasn't going to let that stop them at Aquinas today. And always a rowdy student section for the Irish, but the Tigers and quarterback Quintavian Colors trying to silence them. And that catch by DeAndre Lester should do the trick. That leads to a Tiger touchdown. They weren't done with big plays. The shifty Zykeer Hogan gets a big gain, setting up another Tiger touchdown.
Welcome to Augusta.
A pink shirt, white glove, and pants, all with that familiar logo.
It was a lot more fun than I think it is now. It's still the Masters, it's still Augusta, but it was a lot more, I think, laid back.
Trip Bowden worked behind the gates of Augusta National for 4 years, wearing the white caddy suit as he guided people through a dream.
The first timers were extremely starstruck, and it was obvious by the way they were like a bird looking around.
With every golfer, though, Bowden says success comes down to one simple key.
I guess the key is knowing when to talk and when to shut up.
No matter who it was coming through the gates, Bowden treated it all the same.
They're kind of an unwritten rule. You just don't talk about it, and just here he is. He just shows up, and he's just one of the boys.
Keeping calm for every guest wasn't easy, especially when you're talking about his airness. Michael Jordan.
And he looked up and just kind of nodded, and I nodded and walked away. That was it. No rush to know for autograph or, hey, Miss Jordan.
Bowden would carry bags for many, but there's one bag that would slip away.
Looking at his clubs, I'm like, wait, these are backwards. These are left-handed. He goes, yeah, you're caddying for Phil Mickelson. I said, awesome.
Phil would pick his coach instead. But Tripp would still caddy for a vice president and the chairman's group.
That was probably the most laid-back round you could have with the chairman.
Bowden would work for 4 years before finding a new career, far off the golf path. But all these years later, it still sounds tempting.
If I could have made enough money and supported my family, I'd be there right now.
It's football. But when stepping on the field, there's always a chance of getting injured.
We were receiving the kickoff, and after the play was over, we had a child on the field that was hurt.
Scott Jones's son plays for Strom Thurmond's JV team. In a game against Saluda Thursday night, one player went down complaining about numbness in his legs.
Of course, the coaches come up, checked him out, and within probably a minute or two, they decided that they needed an ambulance, and they motioned for them to call.
But it would take at least 40 minutes before they heard sirens and EMS arrive at the game.
How long does it actually take for an ambulance to respond to an injury or somebody that's hurt?
At Strom Thurmond, the athletic director says they have ambulances on standby for varsity games, but not JV games because of local EMS resources. To compare, in Richmond County, they have ambulances for both. But one athletic trainer says it really depends on the resources and funding for EMS in the county.
Frustration, not able to do anything about it. The only thing I could, I wanted to yell out in frustration, hey, where's our first responders?
But watching a kid on the field for that long would worry any parent.
If it does not concern you, then something's wrong.